Time for the fast train, the turbo. Because it's time for Dante Turbo Miller. Boop-a-doo. You know what I think of this
turbo
guy.
time.
You know I am like big on this kid here. I am excited to see what he can do. I look at, again, if you guys didn't hear the story of Dante Miller and what he can do, I urge you, go back and look at that story. We gave the whole
Spent
story
like 20 minutes on it.
Oh, we did, and I never spent
Maybe
so much
longer.
time on a guy who may not even spend any time on the active roster this year. It's just an amazing story he has. It really is.
It's going to be the Blindside Part 2.
It really is, acceptably true.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I just hope Sandra Bullock's still in it. She's really nice.
Yeah. And they don't have to dramatize this. They might have to cut some of the stuff out of this real life story.
Seriously. I mean, it's like I said, rough childhood, drug addicted mother, foster homes, eventually adopted by his cousin, ends up at Columbia University, ends
separated
up
from his brother and sister with his grandmother.
Yeah. It's the whole thing's crazy. I mean, to get out of that situation to go to Columbia University, I don't care if you play football, it's still a tough school to get into. And then, goes off to South Carolina to try to prove he can do it at a bigger school, and then getting screwed because South Carolina didn't understand the rules out of his last year of eligibility. I mean, the whole story is just absolutely crazy, guys. Anyway, Dante Turbo Miller, 6 foot even, 216 pounds, 25 years old. So definitely one of the oldest rookies out there. South Carolina in 22, he's played 6 games, rushed it 6 times for 38 yards. That doesn't sound good, guys. But I'm telling you right now, if you know the whole story, the quick synopsis of it is they planned on trying to redshirt him and not use him very much this year in 22, and they wanted to use him this past year as their lead running back. And instead, they were stupid and ruined his year of eligibility because they didn't understand the rules. Year before, at Columbia, 21, 10 games, 145 rushes, 814 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, that is. 4 touchdowns, 9 receptions for 43 yards. He also returned kicks at Columbia as well. He was the top Ivy League running back multiple years in a row, guys. On top of that, at his pro day, I should say his is a South Carolina pro day, really, but it was all about him. And so, again, I hate, and I want to go over the whole thing. It was like a 20-minute spiel we gave last time at that point. Just watch the episode. It was good, I promise. I'm not just saying because we were on it. but they messed up. They thought he could play 2 years in South Carolina. It turned out it's just 1 year he can play at South Carolina. And they already had made it where he couldn't sit out that year, basically. He'd already played too much that year. It had already counted as a year of eligibility. They decided to sit him down so they can try to fight it and get another year. They lost the case. So 23, he couldn't play. Ends up where he was supposed to be in the 22 supplemental draft, and no one even knew. No one had a chance to go for him. So they just decided he was a free agent, basically. So anybody could sign him, the Giants do, but he was at the pro day for South Carolina. And literally, he would have been the if he was able to go, he would have been the guy who basically was top above the board in pretty much every single metric at the combine. We're talking speed, strength. He had it all. Like, absolutely insane.
SAT score.
Yeah. So this is a guy that you got to be excited about the potential, but you got to also kind of level it and go, but he hasn't really played in anything above Columbia University, which, not to be rude to the eggheads there, but they're not exactly known for their football skills. Occasionally you get somebody out of Harvard like Ryan Fitzpatrick, but you don't really get guys out of Columbia University going to the NFL. I think, honestly, and I could be wrong, wouldn't be the first time, the fact that they waited so long to draft a running back, because Tyrone Tracy was not a day 1, day 2 pick, guys. This was a day 3 pick. The fact that they didn't go out get one early on, and they know that they didn't have really much behind Devin Singletary, makes me think the Giants are kind of expecting something from this kid. They gave him a decent amount of money. Again, he was a free agent. They didn't pay him $100K like you pay a 6-round pick, which is what they said he probably would have been as a 6th, 7th round pick, just because again he played at Columbia University. But those metrics, guys, those metrics are exciting. He's gonna be a really, really good player potentially, or he's gonna be a really bad player. I don't think he's gonna be in between.
Well,
That's what I
you're
really
probably
think
right,
on him.
but he has great education.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But
Um,
he's got the ethic in there. So like you have to look at this kid like potentially. I think he has the ability to be something in this league. Is he going to
yeah.
be, Shaq's replacement? Probably not. But will he have
Probably not.
a career
Well,
in the
he doesn't
NFL?
play.
Next,
He doesn't play basketball.
yeah, Shaq Barkley. You never heard anyone call him
Oh,
Shaq? We went through this already. Big silly.
maybe he'll be on TNT with Chuck.
Yeah. Dynamite.
But like I
Yeah.
said, I got high hopes for this guy because I'm rooting for him, and I'm biased as hell in this guy, guys. I'll tell you point blank that I have never read a kid's story and rooted for someone so hard in my life. That's
But
how
let's get
that's how it is.
right back in.
So here's his numbers, by the way, at his pro day: a 4.27 40 time, 4.27. That's elite speed, guys. That's elite speed. He benched 225 pounds 28 times.
It's more than Evan Neal, wasn't it?
Well, Evan Neal was flipping burgers instead. He was practicing
Yeah.
for his real job he's going to get.
Touche.
Yeah. He leaped 37.5-inch vertical. Yeah. Guys, that's impressive. He's got the athletic tools, and he's got a brain, obviously. If he can put it all together, I think he's got the potential to be something special. And I know I sound crazy saying it. I really do. I know. There's this something about this that makes me go, this kid's gonna do something. And it may be the resolve that he has. I mean, he's already, got degrees at Columbia, at South Carolina, and I think he's going for another one at South Carolina. He's got work ethic. There's just, it seems to be the complete package. The only thing you're missing is seeing a couple of years in tape of him at a school like South Carolina, and that's not his fault.
Correct.
So, all right. Can you stop my infatuation?
Yeah, I was about to say, before we go over this 20 minutes again, guys, if you want to see it, go back.
I know. Go back to this. It was a tearjerker. Bring the Kleenex box with you.
Yeah. Bring
Very
some
nice.
popcorn. The sad tissues.
Sad tissues. Oh God. Don't bring the happy tissues.
Yeah, don't bring definitely. It's not that kind of episode.
No. It's never that kind of episode.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll enjoy yourself.
Yes, just laughing and crying. It's only acceptable liquids. And
thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.